So we're on to the next step. So far you've created a Pathbright account, you've added some images and some information about you into your portfolio, so you now have an online identity within Pathbright. What we're going to move on to now is actually creating your first portfolio, which is really easy because right here there's a big button that says Create Portfolio. You want to create a new portfolio, so we'll click on there, and now we have the choice of creating a title. So here you'll see that I've given it a title. You don't have to just stick with the course title or the program title. You can be a bit creative, but do remember this is something that potentially you're going to be sharing with a future employer. So make sure the spelling's right and make sure it's something that sounds as professional as you can make it. I've chosen to entitle this one Starting Out as a Tourism Professional. And in terms of a description, this is an online space where I'll be sharing my work and experiences as I start my career in tourism through the New Zealand Certificate in Tourism with Otago Polytechnic. The portfolio I'm starting now, you'll already be familiar with it because the first task in the ebook was to find your way around the portfolio that I'm just about to start. So let's click Next. And now we're into the actual portfolio. You see the header and the little footnote, and we have some choices here for what we can do. Down at the bottom there's the editing or done editing button. There are two tabs here. One is style and settings, the other one is add work. We'll come back to adding work later, and just now we're going to focus on style and settings. First of all, you can choose a layout. You get an option of different layouts, and that will make a lot more sense once we've got some different things in there. The layout and to some extent the themes are relatively restricted. There's not a lot of choice, but what that means is that you have a consistent and quite a sharp look all the time, even if you can't make those fancy little tweaks that you might want to. The other part we want to look at is categories. So we're going to edit the categories, and we're going to make very specific categories which will be assigned and related all the way through this course. So the first step is it will delete some of the categories that are already in here, and now we're going to start writing in some of our own. So in here you'll see that I've added in the 7 categories that you must have for this portfolio to match up to your assessments for this program. So you just click in each box, type in what you want to be in there, and these are the 7 titles. You can pause this video here and catch up and do this if you like, or these 7 titles are also listed in the text in the ebook. In each topic, as you work through the course in Moodle, when you perform a task, a lot of them you'll be asked to upload and tag to a specific category. This is the categories that you'll be asked to tag, and then when you share it with your teaching staff, they'll know where to find it. So we will save that, and it takes us back to our ePortfolio. So you'll see that at the moment there's nothing in this ePortfolio, and there's no headers along the top. Once you start uploading things, and when you assign them to different categories, there'll be tabs along here just like a website that you can click on, and it will let you see only items that are associated with each of these categories. More of that later on. The last thing we want to do here is to make sure that the right people can see and have the right access to your ePortfolio. So what we want to do is make it public, and each thing you put up can have comments, and we want people to be able to comment on what we put up. Our contact links, again, think carefully about what contacts you want to add up there in terms of your internet safety, and we can click Done Editing. So far you've set up your Pathbright profile, You've put an image in there and some information about yourself. You've now started your first Pathbright portfolio, which is there as an empty shell with the right categories and settings all ready for you to start uploading some content. And that's what we're going to cover in the next little video tutorial.